My name is Anna, and I'm a Danish influencer, YouTuber, and I promise my followers to just say hey to you.
Mhm.
Because they're a really huge fan of After, and myself too.
Thank you.
And I've got a lot of questions from my followers to you, and one of them is, what is your best after moment?
My best after moment. Oh, there's so many. To give you the fast one, let's see. My best after moment's probably when we did the press tour last year. I love doing book tours by myself and seeing the fans come out, but knowing that so many of them came out for the movie was really like touching. Seeing like just a sea of people screaming and stuff for the cast too was really fun. And it kind of made it more like, now we have a movie and it's alive, and it was really exciting.
So cool. Also, what do you think makes Josephine and Hero the perfect Tessa and Hardin?
With Josephine, I mean, not only physically she looks like Tessa, but she has this naive maturity about her that she can look very naive and innocent, but also hold her ground and be very mature at the same time. She's also just very dedicated to her job. So Tessa is very dedicated as well. So they have a lot of similar like personality points. And then for Hero and Hardin, there was something, I keep saying like kind of movie magic. There was just something that when he came in, and it was down to the last three people, there was just something about him that I was like, he's just, I don't know. I couldn't see anybody else after that. It's like, once I knew, and I'm like, I don't know what it is exactly, but he should be Hardin. And now that has proven to be true. So I'm glad. I know in the beginning, a lot of the fans were a little unsure, but I think that he's proven himself now.
I think he's perfect as well.
Thank you.
Also, what is your favorite after quote?
Favorite after quote is probably the one that says, "It's ironic, really, the man who hates the world is the most loved by it." That one, just because I think even if I didn't write that, it would probably be like one of my favorite quotes if it was from another book too, just because I love this kind of idea, even though it's sad, but I love this idea of this guy who just thinks everybody hates him and he hates everything and he's miserable, when in reality, everyone cares about him so deeply and they just wish that he would see that. So for me, that's one of my favorite quotes.
Also, how did you come up with the story?
I mean, it was kind of all over the place. I started writing the first chapter with no plan. I just was kind of honestly bored, and I was reading a lot on Wattpad, and people I was reading weren't really updating their stories. So I thought, oh, I'll just write a chapter. And I knew that it was going to be obviously a fan fiction, and I knew that it would be set in a college, but I didn't really know where it was going at all. So I just went like chapter by chapter, and the story developed as I went. So I didn't really have any plan or anything. Like all of it was just like luck, I guess. I don't know.
But it did start out with you being like a fan of One Direction or Harry Styles, right?
Yeah, so I loved fan fiction. I loved One Direction in general, but then I started reading a lot of fanfic, and then I started seeing all these edits where people would put tattoos on the guys in One Direction. And I was like, man, that would be really cool. Like if they did this was before they had tattoos in real life. Harry only had like a few tattoos. And I just had this like complete alternate reality in my head of like what it would be like, even though the personalities are all fictional and Hardin is the farthest thing from Harry Styles personality wise. But it started just from fandom and fan fiction and my love of fan fiction and One Direction.
What is your favorite memory on set?
My favorite memory from the second movie is probably, I mean, there's just so many random ones, but the one that made me, like, I guess the most emotional was a fight between Hardin and Tessa in this yard scene. And it wasn't like fun at all. It was miserable to film and it was very draining, but I was just really proud of the actors and their performance. So for me, it was like this kind of moment of like, this scene, I know that it's going to mean something to people. And so that was probably my favorite moment on the set of second. There was a bunch of like funny moments and fun stories, but that for me is like, when you ask the question, it's the first one that comes to my mind.
Can you describe Tessa in 3 words?
Ooh, complicated, passionate, and oh, the pressure. And I was going to say delicate. I'll say delicate because it's like part of them is very delicate. And then the other part is just like really hard. So when they collide, it's like, just, I guess, delicate Yeah, go with
Yeah.
delicate.
Nice.
Thank you.
My followers would like you to say something in Danish. So could you maybe try to say grød med fløde?
Go med full.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
nice. I don't think I have any more questions left. So thank you very much for
Thank
talking
you.
to me.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Bye.
Bye.